Okay. We called a meeting this morning to, a lot of times we have bad news with the city, but this time we have very good news. And thanks to Alderman Gould and our EDC department and our local engineer that works in Peoria, that he represents us. We was very fortunate this year to receive a sidewalk grant for $207,000. Wasn't shortcoming, and our alderman had done some work with another city that had gotten a grant about a year ago. And with this persistence, we kept trying and putting applications in, and we're happy to announce today that we've got a $207,000 grant from the federal government for the sidewalk program. I'd like to turn it over to our city engineer, Ken Calder, to answer any questions we might have, or give you sort of an outline of what's going on with it, and if you have any questions for our alderman and our public works superintendent and our EDC director, and our alderman in the school, just let us know and we'll talk. Ken, would you like to go over the program a little?
If you wouldn't mind saying, spell your name and remind me of your position.
Okay.
So I have it all recorded properly. Thank you.
Yeah, now it's Ken Coulter, C-O-U-L-T, engineer for Chillicothe. The application was prepared to take us to school program last summer, and it's an application that's dynamic. It's constantly gets upgraded and revised to the current condition, and there really are several components to the project. Obviously, the funding is for construction of sidewalks, but also there's an education component where we want to teach the children about the importance of being safe as they go to school. So this application was prepared in conjunction with the school district. It focuses on Chillicothe Elementary, which is a Truitt and Truitt, and the sidewalks that would be built lead to the CDC school. There's also an evaluation component. We will be checking to see, of course, how well this program works after it's constructed, as we move into other areas and improve other sidewalks in the city. So it's kind of the highlights of it. I don't know if you have any other.
Yeah, this is an ongoing program. It's done every year, and we could apply and get another grant if we're successful with this one. We have other, it's only for below high school age kids, so we have other schools in town that we could apply. It's for replacement for building new sidewalks approaching schools under the high school level.
Another person I'd like you to meet is Alderman Boyer, who was in charge of the finance committee as well as the EDC committee, and he really does a great job with that, and I'm sure that you'll have some nice things to say about getting a $207,000 to put in a checking account. And I'd also like to thank Aaron Schock for some of his help on helping us get this thing done.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, it's exciting news for the city of Chillicothe. As the mayor says, we like sharing good news with the citizens as well as Central Illinois. This coincides really well with our current sidewalk program that we have for the citizens of Chillicothe. So this will enhance that program and make it safer for the students and for the parents as well, getting their children to CEC as well as other schools in the future. So it's exciting news.
And say and spell your name.
Boyer, B-O-Y-E-R.
And first name?
Chris, C-H-R-I-S. You're welcome. And welcome to EDC Director, Rachel Parker.
Well, I just kind of came in on the tail end of this. Most of the work was done by Greg Finninger, who was here before me, and being somewhat familiar with the Safe Route to School program, being a former District 150 board member, I know that that district received some, so I'm really happy to see that Chillicothe is going to get their piece of this grant this time around, and we will definitely apply for it every year because we have nothing to lose by and so I think it would be good for the district here as well.
I give to Josh just for a minute. Josh,
I don't really have much to add. I don't really have a whole lot to,
okay.
you know, not really.
The one thing that's great with this type of a thing, the federal government is really helping the small towns get some stuff done for safe routes to the schools for our children. And it's just lucky, I think, that we really got this. And one of our parts of town is Northtown, which hasn't had near the sidewalks that it should have to get our children safely to school. So the majority of this will probably be in the north end rather than the south end because of the new construction in the south. But it's our very big thanks to the federal government for initiating a program that will help Chillicothe. Thank you for coming today.
By the north end, you mean Truitt and White, was it?
Truitt North, basically. Okay?
Thank you.
Where do the sidewalks go?
One of the things we want to do is we want to run sidewalk down Cutright from Truitt South.
Right.
Along Cutright.
Okay.
And that would, one of the things that would do would be to connect it to area of growth which has sidewalks, and that is also linked to new subdivisions west of town with sidewalks. So that's an important link for us, is to go down Cutright. And then also we will go north from Truitt Avenue, most likely along Hoyt. But we will handle, one of the things we'll do in the first phase is determine exactly where these are and the width of them. But the plan is to go up Hoyt and down south on Cutright, and then possibly go east-west from those two long kind of collection streets.
And there are no sidewalks there now currently?
Now, there's a little bit of sidewalk on Cutright that's in very poor condition. We probably would replace that. And there's just a very short stretch on Hoyt, but there's no other sidewalk on it.
Do you know how much sidewalk you'll get out of 207,000?
Probably about 36,000 square feet would be our estimate for that.
When will the work be done?
The engineering work will be started. There was a preliminary phase which includes environmental review and planning, and that will be done in the next few months. And then the plans will be prepared for the sidewalk. So it could be late this year, but it will certainly be no later than next year at this time.
Is there a deadline? Have it done?
There's not one that I know of, no. But we would anticipate that the latest would be done in the construction season following this one.
You said cut right south to connect Southtown. There's a field there and a graveyard. You're not going to go through that?
Not that far south.
Okay.
We'd probably go down to Walnut or Elm, because at those locations, we can connect with the area growth sidewalk.
Okay.
Just by going a little bit west, and so that would link the whole area growth and the western.
Down Bradland to the south part of
Yeah,
town.
exactly.
So there's just sidewalk requirements such as width and other things?
There are sidewalk requirements. Sidewalk is a minimum of 4 feet wide. In some areas, it could be 5, depending on what the surrounding area is. So that for sidewalk, that is the minimum width.
Do kids walk the street now?
Well, I think it's a combination, a little bit of that, or in the gravel shoulder. But if it's muddy or it's been raining, they end up walking on areas that are paved. And part of this program is to get the sidewalks constructed, obviously, but also part of it is to educate kids. Hey, use the sidewalks, not the street. So that's going to be the education part of the program, is just to make sure that they know that's where they need to walk.
Who does the education?
It's a combined effort between the city and the school, and it'll happen at the school, so it's probably dominantly at school. Like, the city will be involved as far as helping with that where they can.
Mike mentioned that the timing on getting this done is enhanced because of its federal requirements. There's much more greater detail to go into federal money involved compared to just state or local money. So that's the reason Ken was talking about it maybe next year before we get it
good thing that Chillicothe has always done is that we have a sidewalk program that is allotted $20,000 a year, and this is 10 times what we normally could do in a year's time, if we pretty much spend the $20,000 each year, but $207,000 is quite a boon to us when we only spend $20,000, which is a good deal amount for us, but this is really gonna be great for us and the city.
In a year, when you're spending that 20,000, is that primarily used for repair?
But it's mainly adding not new sidewalks.
You can do both. You can replace, or there's a difference, because there is residents' participation in both of them. And it varies whether you're putting in brand new, no sidewalk previously, or just replacing existing sidewalk.
The one thing with the $20,000 is that the city pays 80% of the cost, and the homeowner pays 20% of the cost to get the new sidewalks in front of the buildings, which really makes it great for the homeowner. This is gonna be a no cost to them now, so that's better yet.
There's no matching funds required on the city's part for this grant.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.